We have Tallahassee Taint.
Oh no, Ake out!
That's that. Thank you guys for coming, and we're on to Sheffrey Dahmer. Sheffrey, we're coming for you.
Starting off, Ake out!
This is one of the luckiest teams in the league.
Peaks happen, man. You're going too hard on this man. What do
He
you want?
makes
What do
me
you
sick enough to throw up like a roller coaster.
No. What do you want him to do, man?
He's done. He's out.
It's been a little minute, but we're back.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna say Dick out. Oof, Ake out.
That's going to be a big F. I mean, we're talking if he makes it to round 2.
It's a good day for Dick Aiken. My ex-girlfriend Sheila used to say that before she left me for Johnny Puckett. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After a long off-season, it's time to get back to what really matters in this life. Fantasy football. For the first time in league history, all 12 teams are returning. With the return of managers, a return of aspirations. A rookie sensation looking to avoid her sophomore slump by running it back for another championship. The owner with the biggest blue balls in the league, Keller, looking to bust through that glass ceiling this year. And CJ, who just needs a winning season. It's a lot to unpack, a lot to unfold. But first, some more tragic news. BSPN's own Dean Newts was tragically killed in an unidentified drone strike this offseason. A moment of silence. But we move on because it's draft season. I'd like to bring in our new correspondent, Mike Oxlong. Mike, how you doing?
Thank you, Dick. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
We feel the same energy here in the studio. How is it there for you?
Yeah, you can feel the electricity. You can feel the excitement in the air. People get excited when draft season comes around, especially when it comes to fantasy football. Because the best part about the beginning of the fantasy football season is everybody is tied for first place, right? Everybody has that positivity in their mind right now. I mean, just this morning, a man came up to me and he offered me his spoon. It was like an antique spoon. It had an interesting bend to it. It didn't look like a modern spoon. But I mean, I couldn't possibly take a family heirloom from him. I assumed it was a family heirloom. It just goes to show you that people are generous, they're in a good mood. People say Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. Dick, I'll tell you right now, I think fantasy football draft season is.
A spoon, you say? That's a new one. Well, thank you, Mike. We'll be right back after these commercials, ladies and gentlemen.
From Baby Take a Bow to Curly Top and Heidi, America's favorite little darling, Shirley Temple, has been entertaining us for generations. And now, through this exclusive TV offer, you can experience the most comprehensive DVD collection of one of the brightest stars in film history. But you haven't seen Shirley until you've seen her brilliantly restored in black and white and in color. Presenting the Shirley Temple Little Darling DVD collection. 18 timeless films packed with hours of her unforgettable singing.
Animal crackers in my soup, monkeys and rabbits loop-a-loop.
Spectacular dancing. And pure wholesome fun the entire family will enjoy together.
Oh, my duck does a wonderful trick. My duck can lay an egg.
And just what is so wonderful about that?
Well, can you lay an egg?
These classic Shirley Temple films have stood the test of time, and you'll cherish sharing these heartwarming adventures again and again with your family and friends. Bring home the magic of Shirley Temple with the new Shirley Temple Little Darling DVD collection. 18 classic family films, beautifully restored in black and white and in color for just 2 payments of $24.99. This collection is not sold in stores and only available through this exclusive TV offer.
Oh, my goodness.
This is a limited time offer, so don't miss your opportunity to own the most complete Shirley Temple DVD collection ever. Call Call now to order your special edition Shirley Temple Little Darling DVD collection. 18 classic films for just 2 payments of $24.99 plus $5.95 shipping and handling. This offer is not sold in stores, so call now. Rush delivery available.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in, and thank you for joining us here for the Shirley Temple Little Darling Collection Draft Presentation. I'm your host, Phil Asio, and here along with me in the BSPN studio, we have 3 of the most fundamental draft experts that you all know and love. I'm here to introduce them. We have up first my old buddy and pal, Dick Aiken. How you doing, and welcome to my show.
Phil?
I can hear you.
All right, it's nice to be on your show, Phil. Thank you.
I'm glad to have you on. And up next we have Barry McCockiner, or am I saying that right? Yep. Oh, are you eating pizza?
Hello, Phil. Thank you for having me on the program. I'll be back to you in a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if you will. Let's go to the next one. We have new and upcoming Mike Oxlong. Welcome to the network, pal. How you doing today?
Hi there. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with Phil Asio, the one and only Phil Asio. So pleased to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. You're looking great, and you look like a little darling for sure, I'd say. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be doing today on the presentation is announcing the draft order for the 2022 season. We're going to start at number 12, and we're going to work our way down all the way to the coveted but oh so stressful number 1 spot. I'm going to give each of our experts a brief moment to tell about their expectations for how the team will do this year, and we'll have some brief banter back and forth, mostly talking shit about Barrett Cutts as team manager. So we'll go ahead and begin without further ado at number 12 in the 2022 draft is CJ. He had a rough year last year, and it kind of looks like it keeps pouring on. Barry, do you have anything to say up first about this team drafting at number 12?
CJ is stinky, Phil. Sell all stock on that. You do not want to be a part of it, because it is just going to keep going down. And with a pick like this, I don't see him really getting in the game.
Yeah, Mike, you there?
Yeah, Phil, I'm here. You see, the thing with a team like CJ is you got to be kind to these people. I mean, this is a team with one of the worst records in the league. He's picking at 12, so the goal would be at the end of the season to not end up at 12. So if he ends up in any position besides 12 at the end of the season, I see it as a win.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I mean, a 2-11 season last year. Team SpongeBob is going to have to do some serious climbing, and at spot 12, he's got to make it lucky. With whoever he takes. Luckily, he will get to those back-to-back picks, so it's not the worst spot. I have hope. Next up at number 11, we have former champion Ethan. California Beers. What are y'all thinking of that? Let's go to Dick with that one.
Like you said, former champion. This guy knows how to win. Bounce back season coming up right here. Pick 11. Not the end of the draft. Could be worse, right?
And I gotta remind everybody, last year he had a rough time with injuries. So this 6-7 record that he put up was a little fake coming off of his championship win.
No, I definitely understand that. And anytime, you look at a team facing Ethan, it doesn't matter if he's on a 3-game losing streak, which he rarely is, but he's going to put up a game. He's going to give you some excitement, and it's definitely not a free win, no matter what the season he's having is. So think twice if you think that. Up next at the number 10 spot, we have team manager Keller. We've gotten some weird reports lately about outside sources maybe giving some assistance to Keller. So let's go to you, Mike. What do you think about these accusations, and how do you think this team's going to play out this year?
You know, as far as the accusations go, I think it's no secret with this team that there have been some outside strings pulled in the past. That being said, this is a team that's never missed the playoffs. So at the end of the day, you do have to give that manager credit. And until you can, until this manager misses the playoffs, you can't bet on him to do anything less than that.
Manager missing the playoffs. Give me a break. This guy brings in outside help every year. And I'm not going to reveal my sources, guys, but this year, I'm hearing that John Gruden is starting his comeback tour with the Tallahassee Taint Touchers. That's right.
Hold on, wait. Let me get this straight. Barry, you're telling me that former NFL coach and controversial figure John Gruden this year is starting a comeback by secretly managing at that, the Tallahassee Taint Touching team, and that's why he hasn't missed the playoffs these past couple of years. He's had some help from John Gruden.
That's absolutely right, Phil. I have to tell you that there's just no part of Keller's team that he actually plays. This is what my sources are telling me. For the past couple years, he's had ghost managers in every single time.
I've heard that, and I could see that. I can also see the marinara sauce on your shirt, but thank you for the input. We're going to move on to the number 9 spot. We have team manager Jeffrey Dahmer drafting at number 9. Gentlemen, what do we think? Not the most exciting team coming off of a 4-9 season. I still have hope for Jeffrey Dahmer. He came in his rookie year. He tried to do what Carson did. He didn't. He failed miserably, but he still had a great year, and that's what you got to look back. So, you come in, you have a very strong year, then you have a rough year, but you can bounce back very easily, and I'm looking for him to do that. Next, we have at the number 8 spot, Noah. The Noah Bennett football team, as they're known. What are we thinking, Dick?
Listen here. This guy has the biggest chance to win the league last year. Highest scoring, best record, 3rd place in the playoffs. Doesn't know how to finish. That's all I got to say today about this guy.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that, and we all know about the name controversy over the last few years. He's failed to stick with the name. We thought there might be some reasons for that. There has been some speculation, some accusation, nothing confirmed to my knowledge. But yeah, he's always a solid opponent. Got 3rd place, highest scoring season ever. He was definitely, every week he was coming with bombs, coming strong to perform. So I'm looking for him to have another good season here, drafting a little bit later in the round. So you're not going to get one of those tier 1 players necessarily, but you're going to get 2 first-rounders essentially with this snake-style draft, and I think he's going to have a good year. Hopefully he'll have a consistent name. Moving up, we got the number 7 spot. Drum roll. Boom! Last year's champion, we have Shark Attack. Coming in the rookie season, really blowing everything up. She's a newcomer. It's crazy. So she's a champion. What are we thinking about this? Mike, let's go to you.
This is one of those teams, you see it every year, a team that just gets hot at the right time. Not making an excuse for this manager. Obviously, you got to put the right pieces in play to get that championship, and that's just what she did. And it's just a matter of if you can catch lightning in a bottle twice. And so I think this will be one of the most fascinating teams to watch this season.
I have to say I disagree. I think that the sophomore slump is I can't talk because that was the most insane trip to the bathroom I've ever taken in my life. Back to what I was saying. Carson is the Bengals, okay? The Bengals didn't actually win it all, but there's no way they're going to recreate that success. You cannot capture that kind of lightning twice.
Here's what I have to say, gentlemen. I was very critical at the beginning of last season of Carson. She did have a really rough stretch in the beginning of the season, but coming down the stretch, we could tell it was very apparent that she meant business. She knew what she was doing. She was making moves to stay in it. She was beating her opponent constantly. So, and in the end, she got it done rookie season. So there's teams that have been in the league for quite a while now and have yet to accomplish this feat. I don't want to name anyone specifically, or we don't have to go into that, but I'm looking for her to have a strong season in her second year. Next up, in middle of the pack, exactly, we have number 6, co-commish of the league, Samuel Brichta. He had a 6 and 7 year last year, so not his strongest season, but he's always a strong player. So what do we think's going on with that, gentlemen? Let's go to Barry first, and then I'll have him pass it around. Gentlemen, Barry is muted. He still has marinara on his shirt. It's a catastrophe. Let's go to you first.
I'm here, Phil. I'm here. I just don't know how to work these goddamn Zoom things. I don't understand why we have to be vaccinated to come into the studio. I just want to fucking do the show with you guys. This is insane. Who are we talking about again? Oh yeah, Sam. He's alright.
Thank you for that. Yeah, triple vax here, just for the record. And as far as what I expect from this team this season, this is a team that has been banged up and injured a lot in previous seasons. A lot of unlucky things have happened to this team, and so this is personally my dark horse team for the season. I don't know that I expect this team to win it all, but I do expect this team to go very far this season.
That's a great point, Mike. Great point. Honestly, I can't agree with that more. Let's go ahead and move on to the next pick.
Wait, Dick, hold on, wait. I don't think you understand the structure of this show. This is Shirley Temple's little darling presentation of the draft order by Fellatio. So I'm going to stop you right there. And actually, you'll be lucky if I come back to you for the rest of the show for that little shenanigan. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, I'm kind of worked up. We're going to take a break here halfway through the draft order, and we'll be right back to present the rest. Looking forward to seeing you. Cut, bitch.
So, Phil, you can relax. This is a chill interview environment.
Yeah, of course.
So why do you want to get into the industry?
I've always wanted to get into the industry. I work really hard. I love fantasy, and I'm just go.
Nice. And how much experience do you actually have on camera?
No, I have an abundance of experience on camera. I've been doing this for a long time. Ever since I was young, I would post my own videos online and produce solo content.
What positions do you prefer?
For positions, when I'm playing fantasy, I think tight end is probably my most preferred position. And there's not a lot of good tight ends, so when you see one, you just got to go snatch it up,
I couldn't agree more. How quick are you?
4.34.
Right on. Well, I can't just hire a pretty face, so shoes on or off.
Excuse me? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you for watching the Shirley Temple Little Darling Collection presents the 2022 draft presentation. I'm your host, Fellatio, and here with me I have three of the most fundamental draft experts you all know and love, Barry McCockiner, Dick Aiken, and Mike Oxlum. Thank you for joining us here. We are now at the top 5 of the draft, and we're going to announce, starting from 5 and going down to 1, the most exciting and pivotal spots of the whole draft. So here at number 5, we have a longtime player, Mr. Spina. What do y'all think about that? Gentlemen, let's go to Barry McCockiner first.
Yeah, thank you for that one. So here's the thing about Coach Spina. I don't really remember when he won, and that might be a little bit of my fault because once you cover the Blake Bortles league so much, it kind of runs together a little bit, but I don't remember Spina's championship. Is it even real?
That's crazy because you remember the dinosaurs. Anybody else have a take on that?
This guy is a playoff scoring machine. He has the second all-time points in the playoffs. Every time he makes it, he's in top 3 scoring. If he's in there, he's making it far. He's putting up points.
Yeah, he's a definite winner, and he works the waiver wire. That's for sure. Mike, you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, I mean, just to put it quite simply, they don't call this man the Wizard for nothing, right? Spina, the Wizard, expect some magic to happen this season.
Expect some magic. Okay, we got number 4. Number 4, Tyler. 5-8 season last year, fellas. Kansas City Chiefs fans, how do we think he's going to do? Is he only drafting Chiefs this year, or is he putting together a valuable team of players?
Well, if he only drafts Chiefs this year, he'll have to trade away his best players. The biggest thing with this guy, he's what a real rookie is. 4-9, 5-8. I'm sorry, 5-8 comes in, grinds his teeth down, hits the deck. He's going to put in work this year and look to improve. He's got a great draft pick. He can make some moves now.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think he'll be looking to make some moves this year. Again, I joke about the Chiefs players. We all know he's perfectly capable of putting together a great team and doing very well in this league. And last year, I don't think is necessarily a reflection of his overall abilities. I'm looking for him to bounce back. Mike, what are you thinking?
Look, I think this team is probably the biggest question mark in the league, if I'm being honest. Very rocky rookie season, as Dick alluded to. It's what you expect from a rookie. But I didn't really see a ton of intangibles from this team last season, things that would indicate to you that this is one of those savvy owners out there, like a Spina.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But as a football IQ guy, he knows what's going on. He watches football. He should be able to make some moves this season to at least improve, upon that performance last year. So going on to number 3, top 3 guys. We are in the top 3, and this is the start of fantasy season. I know you guys love it just as much as me. So at number 3, we have the last place team of last year. Somebody who has underachieved since the league merger. Team manager Robert. Dick, you want to go ahead and start there? Tell me what you're thinking.
Listen, this guy claims he can win some games. He talks about the previous leagues. It's almost like the AFL before the NFL. Those games don't matter. This is the big league, boys. You got to win it now or you lose. This guy's lost consistently. I'm not looking for a bounce back year. He's going to keep in the dust.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's not that I don't think he'll ever have a bounce back year, but you're definitely going to have to prove it. You've been at the bottom of the barrel, excuse me, for a few years, so I mean it's going to be a long climb back up. Mike, what are you thinking?
Look, just to put it simply, this is a team, this is a manager, and I hate to be a negative Nancy, but this manager has the fantasy football yips. I don't know that this manager can ever put it back together.
Yeah, y'all are just some little bitches. I mean, negative commentators, aren't you?
Listen, top three lowest, worst winning percentages all time. Top 3 worst.
That's a fair stat. The thing is, at number 3, there's some pivotal players there for you to pick up that could entirely change the course of your season, and then you could be a champion. He could be a fucking champion. That's all I'm saying. So
he could.
Moving on now, we have a slightly. What was that?
He could, but the bottom line is, even with a top 3 pick, there is always going to be risk. We saw Christian McCaffrey go very early last season, and the season before that. A top pick doesn't necessarily guarantee success.
Hey, who's this guy again? Yeah. All right. Moving on to
Phil, I have a question for you, Phil.
What the hell is going on?
Phil, my question for you is, are you a Robert Nettles fan in the National Cut Blake Bortles Football League?
No, absolutely
Can't
not.
even keep the draft show going.
This doesn't sound like you're an objective journalist. It sounds like you're getting a little defensive right now over our analysis.
No, absolutely not. I'm just saying, once a loser, not always a loser. And while he was a loser last year, Jimmy's situation should be a positive. In his rookie year he sucked it up. His next year he's on top, so maybe not all the way on top, but a strong improvement. So if you're gonna call me a Robert fan, a Jimmy fan, call me a Noah Bennett fan, because
That's gross. Continue on.
there's some teams in the league that I like, and then there's some stinkers out there. So carrying on, we have a slightly smellier team, as I was saying before. Mr. Barrett Cuts, team manager with the 6 and 7 year last year. Very mediocre, not the worst, not the best. He is a former champion. Ladies and gentlemen, what do y'all think of this? We're going to start with Mike. Let's start with Mike.
Simply, this is a manager past his prime. It's not to say that he might not have a little bit left in the tanks there, but I do think this manager's best fantasy football seasons are behind him.
Listen, if we're saying former champion, we might as well count the AFL championships. This guy has not won in the big leagues. He won with the babies. Let's see if he can win with the pros now. Former champion, not true.
You're just taking away his championship? Are you saying in your personal record book it's just not a championship?
Listen, Barry, let's all calm down.
I just don't understand what's going on right now. You're just taking away his chip?
Barry, listen, you accused me of getting a bit defensive. I think everything's going to be fine. Team Barrett's a fine team. Though be it far removed from his success, it's not out of the question to come back into the former glory. I think he'll do all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to announce the number 1 pick of the 2022 draft. And before we do, I just want to give one more shout out to our sponsor. That's going to be Shirley Temple, the Little Darling Collection. You can call. We'll put a link right up here, unless we don't, but we'll try to put a link right up here. You can go there. You can buy a copy of the collection, or you can just make a small donation. I can't tell you where it goes, but you can make a small donation. So we appreciate that. Right now we have for you the number 1 pick. And that's going to be Jimbo James. How you doing, buddy? 9-4 season. Like I said, he turned it around, had a sloppy rookie season, and now he has the chance with the number 1 pick to get literally whoever he wants. Gentlemen, what are we thinking? We'll start with Dick and we'll move around.
That's what we're going to do, boys. Listen, this guy is going to blow this. Look to him to pick Christian McCaffrey before the injury. Look at him to pick up a wide receiver right now. It's going to be number 1 pick. This guy might draft Lamar Jackson number 1 overall. Football knowledge in the tanks.
In the tanks. Gentlemen, what do you think of Barry?
I can't disagree. The only things that I've heard from Jimmy say was that Blake Bortles was his favorite quarterback of all time. So I don't really know how much stock we can put into his knowledge.
Yeah, there has been a record of some questionable decisions made by this team, some questionable statements made by this team. Mike, what do you think?
Look, I'm not going to agree with my colleagues Dick and Barry. I'm not going to accuse this manager of being fantasy football illiterate. I mean, you don't just fall into a 9-4 season, right? Clearly, this is a manager who struggled in his initial season, started to put some pieces together, and this season will be very, very big for the trajectory of Jimmy's entire fantasy football career. Can this manager put it together and go all the way? I think this team is very, very sneaky, but there are a lot of question marks with this manager.
Is that an early prediction? Are you saying Jimmy's football team will be in the Super Bowl?
I won't say that this team will be in the Super Bowl, but I would say look for this team to be knocking on the door in the playoffs come November.
Listen, this manager has the record for the most losses in a season. Yes, I get it, a rookie year. But which one was a fluke, the rookie year or the second year?
That's a perfect question, Dick. The thing is, you can have a shitty year, you can have a great year. You kind of even out, you're back to zero. What you do in this year is, crucial. in the trajectory, of the rest of your fantasy career in this league. So we're going to need to see some consistency and a record of consistency before we, start crowning any teams here. But that's it for the draft order with the number 1 pick. Jimmy, I hope you use that wisely. We could watch this video again mid-season. Your player will probably be hurt. I'm just going to call that right now. And before we sign off for the night, gentlemen, I want to do something real quick. Pre-draft Super Bowl predictions. We're going to start with you, Barry. Who do you see in the big game this year before draft, before anything, just based off the managers themselves?
Wow. And the conferences are getting shaken up too, so we might be picking 2 teams that are in the same conference and we don't even know it.
That's fine. I want the 2 most talented teams. We don't know the conferences yet, so let's just pick the 2 best teams.
So here's what I got to say. The California Bears are nothing to be trifled with, all right? And then, as you guys like to call old or past their prime, I think that Atlantic Beach Taco Corp is going to show them young bucks what real fantasy football is all about.
How did I know you were going to say that? So your prediction is that the team manager Barrett Cutts will play in the big game against the California Bears. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Perfect. You heard it here first. Let's move on to you, Dick. Who do you see? The top 2 teams you have in the bowl. Who do we got?
Listen, I want to say we run it back with the champion. I think she might get there. I don't think she's going to end up playing Keller again. I'd look out for Spina to make his run back to the championship to get his 2nd ring.
I like it. And let's see, Mike. Let's go to you. What do you have going on this season? Who are you projecting?
Look, I said I have a dark horse earlier. I think manager Sam Brichta has a little bit of luck break his way this season. I think he will find his way into the championship. And much like my colleague Dick, I also believe that the Wizard is going to conjure up some magic and find his way to win a 2nd ring this season. I do think that Shark Attack is going to make it far this season, but I don't think she's going to be getting hot at the right time this year and making it all the way. I think she's going to come up short her sophomore season.
And for my own personal prediction, man, this is really hard. As much as it pains me to say this, league perennial playoff maker Keller is always in a good spot to take advantage of some things. He has yet to do it, but he hasn't found himself outside of the playoffs. I'm not saying he's going to win it all. I expect him to be in the playoffs, as he has been. I know there's also some controversy, so we'll see how that shakes out with the John Gruden news and everything from our insider. And then facing off against him, man, I can never go against Ethan. California Beers, like I said last year, not the best year, a little middle of the pack. But if I were to take anybody for a bounce back team, I would probably take Ethan as well. So I'm looking for Ethan to make strides and win the championship. Gentlemen, anybody have any input on the draft? Any top 5 picks? Anything else we wish to say for the night before we get out of here?
I gotta say, you have the hottest take of the night.
Why is that?
Talking about Keller in the Super Bowl? What are you doing?
Keller hasn't missed the playoffs. I don't find it that controversial of a take. Like I said, it pains me to say it, and there could be some
Skip.
Coming out.
Skip.
Coming out in the following weeks about controversies and things we might find out. We have a little more light shed on the whole situation. But, I stand on that. Mike, anything else from you?
I agree with my colleague Barry. I do believe it's a bold pick, and the reason I believe it's a bold pick is because typically we see a championship hangover with these teams that get to the championship and come up just short. They don't typically quite have the same season coming back the year after.
Oh, that's fair. Like I said, I think I have Ethan winning it all, not...
Yep.
So...
Mm-hmm.
Are you on the fucking phone? What are you doing, fool?
Mm-hmm. Agree with it? Okay. I also think Keller Kilpatrick will make the championship.
What inside info did you just get, Dick?
My boss has told me to agree with the Young Buck.
Well, folks, we see...
wow, corporate
see how the
synergy.
networks valuing talent now. I want to give one more crucial shout out to our sponsor, the Shirley Temple Little Darling Collection. And with that being said, thank you so much for joining us here for the 2022 draft presentation. I wish you all the best luck, except everyone else in the league, and enjoy your season.
And ladies and gentlemen, you have a great night.
No, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great night.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a greater night.
Fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, have the greatest fucking night of your life.
Dude, it's house some pizza tonight.
I tell you what, though, all that crawling around and stuff, that got me sweating.